kicking, everybody. It is Thursday night, time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts, and with me returning in the co-host seat, Stephanie. No, I don't live there, Canada. How the hell are you, Steph?
I am doing great. How are you doing tonight?
I am good. Thanks for trying to help me out earlier today. And,
Absolutely.
I plan on being up and ready Saturday morning. So, yeah, I'm going to set my alarm.
Coffee in hand, ready to go.
Yeah. I'll be up on the West Coast, ready to shop. So we're doing a little cross country shopping together. That's always fun.
Friends helping friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Anything you need in Vegas, you let me know. You need some hookers and blow, you let me know. I'll set that up. and they're showing off the rails by minute 2.
Excellent. That feels correct. I think it's minute 1 though. Wah, wah.
How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. Let's get everything rocking and rolling. Got a bunch of great stuff to share with you tonight. So, without further ado, now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest tonight, returning from the silly show, is Elisa Goldman. Hello, Elisa. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? My headband's going on.
Let me give you big because we got to see what's going on in this outfit here. Because I had a sleeveless gym shirt on until you showed up. Like, I feel so underdressed. At least I had to put on a shirt with sleeves and artwork. You going for the whole snow princess thing?
Oh, I am. Was it Elsa, Ursula? I don't know. One of them queens.
Well, one's in the snow, one's underwater. But
Elsa.
No, let's go with Ursula. Let's go with that.
Ursula.
Quick, someone get the purple Kool-Aid.
I still got my hat from the other week.
Nice.
Now we're in the ocean.
All right, so each week I try and match up. Now, you would be easy with the last name Goldman to bust out one of my gold mugs. And I have a sneaking suspicion you'll be back on as a guest. So I saved that for one main reason. All the tiki bars in this country, with a few exceptions, are closed right now, but they are doing to-go cocktails, and so are many other bars. So if you like a bar and you haven't participated in their to-go cocktails yet, go pick some up. And so my friend owns a bar in San Francisco, and he is not only doing to-go cocktails, he is canning them like actual can. So he has taken to a level no one else has. And a friend is in town this week, and she brought one down on the plane, and it didn't explode. And so I had to drink it tonight because technically it expired yesterday, but it's not fuzzy yet. But it is from Smuggler's Cove, so they got their own cans. I mean, this is just so next level. Wow. They make the cocktails fresh, and then they can them. But because we're half of the silly show, we're definitely a barrel of monkeys. So I'm drinking a rum barrel tonight, and I'm drinking it out of the barrel from Smuggler's Cove. So here is our monkey barrel. And my first actual full cocktail in a while during the show.
Okay, where's my mozzarella? I gotta do a string. That's stretching it.
It is, but it expired yesterday, so I had to drink it today. So I'm like, all right. Next time you're on, I already look at what gold mug I'm going to use, but for this one, I figured I had to drink a rum barrel out of the actual barrel. So we're a barrel full of monkeys, you know that.
I would have to agree.
But yeah, most places are giving it to you. They'll put the cocktail like in a bag or like in a generic milk container, and they seal it because you can't have just open booze sloshing around. And then my buddy Martin had to go so next level, have cans made, and they can it right as they make it. So I'm not even sure how you do that, but I'm like, whoa, that is so next level. So cheers. Thanks for being on the show. What are you drinking? Iced tea?
Not just iced tea. Discount iced tea from Aldi's.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, discount iced tea. What are you drinking, Steph?
I went the other direction with the show because I was like, well, we're in Poshmark, so I should be posh, right? Well, so I'm drinking out of my wine glass, except it's that hard seltzer, Vizzy. I don't remember what it's called, but so I've never had bubbles in my wine glass, so we'll just call it Posh and go on with it.
I like it. So cheers to everybody in the chat. Thank you for showing up tonight. Good to see you. Your husband is chiming in.
Not surprised there.
All right. Elisa's here to tell us all about Poshmark because she did an amazing job all on her own, but she'll be back in a little bit. And meanwhile, Steph and I are going to give you some tips, tricks, and treats. All right, chill out, and we'll see you in a little bit. Woohoo! All right, where are my scores? And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. I love the shirt.
Oh, it was spectacular.
Love it.
So we've all heard of this little thing called COVID. Well,
I wasn't sure if you were going to say COVID, Disney, Mickey Mouse, or Gay Pride. I wasn't sure when you said this little thing. I'm like,
well, it's explaining how I got to this, because normally I don't go to the parks and pick up full price things to sell, unless you go to the actual parks. And for some reason, all of this summer Pride merch, which, was while everyone was closed, they have too much of it. So they actually discounted it at the parks.
Wow.
But I don't think it's on Shop Disney, or if it is, they just didn't have that size. I don't know. I don't care. I got this for $42, and after my Posh fees, it was a $71.20 return. So not too bad.
I like it. Holy hell, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, this, honestly, I'm sad it wasn't a bigger skirt, because had it had more width to it, it would have gone for a lot more than $49 plus shipping. This is a batik print from the 70s. It actually had the escalera there. There's a little signature that I didn't actually see until after I brought it home. And it's in the actual printing itself. So it's the artist who did it. And yeah, it was a fantastic 30-inch waist, which we all love, because you don't find those nearly as often as you find 25s. But yep, paid $3 and it went home for $49 and free ship.
So here's the problem, Craig. I've been at Disneyland, downtown Disneyland, a couple times in the last few months, and I guess Disney has decided to ignore any of us who are 3XL, because nothing is in 3XL anymore. Nothing. And I'm so bummed, because I'd be buying more stuff too. So yeah, but in case they did make a 3XL of that shirt, send it over to Craig.
Sure. I know the vanity sizing runs large. So like an extra large is actually like a 2X. So just keep that in mind, because I wear an extra large and everywhere else I'm a 2X. So just remember. Speaking of 3XL shirts, this one actually came from the Disney Character Warehouse. So I picked this one up for $20 and brand new with tags. Nice little Mickey with some palm trees. I made the mistake of walking away from the other one, and by the time I had circled back around, somebody else had already grabbed it. I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'll sell this one. It didn't sell for $69, but it did sell for $54 with free shipping. So not too shabby. Nice.
Now, how much did this boring little thing sell for?
Oh, actually it wasn't a giant sale. I think I paid $6 for this one, and this one sold for $20.95. So not every pattern that you're going to come across is $100 pattern or a $50 pattern, but it is one of the very few items that once you use it, it still holds its value. So I actually found this one. I made this one. This is actually my Miss Frizzle dress, in case you've been on my channel. So this is actually the Miss Frizzle dress. I made it. I was very careful with the pattern. I folded it right back up nicely, because I decided I didn't really like it how it looked on me. It wasn't my ideal dress line. Popped it on my website, and it took about a month to sell.
There you go. I love it. I love using a product and then selling it.
Yep. Doesn't hurt at all.
If you're unaware, there are a lot of Hawaiian shirts that are made for colleges and sports teams, but we're talking colleges right now. Here is a Stanford University Hawaiian shirt that I did not know. I just learned when we were listening to this, that Stanford's technically called Leland Stanford Junior University.
Oh.
I had no idea, because I asked my assistant, I go, what the hell's all those extra words? I thought it was just Stanford. Oops.
Yeah.
There's the picture. And she goes, no, it's the full thing. So it's kind of like Ohio State University. Technically, it's called the Ohio State University.
From Ohio, it definitely has a "the" in front of it.
Yep. So it's one of those things where, but keep your eyes peeled, because they're usually like this. They're not all that bright and flashy. And if you don't look close enough, you might not have seen the Stanford tree, and you might not have noticed it. So I picked that up for $5.99 and sold it for $42.
Nice.
This was the purse I shared last week that I sold on Poshmark for $350. I sold my second one on Macari for $320. This is a shag purse representing Trader Sam's, which is the tiki bar of both Disneyland and Disney World. And I got my purses up quick. I was the first ones to get them on Posh and Macari, and that meant I was also the first ones to sell them on Posh and Macari. So if you're selling something like tonight, we're talking about Poshmark. If you're selling something that would have fans multiple places, if you're on the norm, we'll call it eBay, and there's 20 up there already, and you walk over to Macari and Posh and see none, guess what? Throw them up there. Throw them up there. Yep. Overalls. I love me some overalls. These are Craftsman that I picked up for $8.99 and sold them for $45. And if you luck out and have a full mannequin, it looks so much better on a full mannequin.
Yeah, it does. Wow, those look great.
And, I live in the place where the weather is never really anything big, so my full-size mannequin can just live outside and doesn't bother anything.
Nice.
All right. Funny, I asked the thrifting board to help me with this shirt. I got a bunch of help, forgot to edit it, and it sold anyway. So thank you for the help. But and what I ask, and here is, so the thrifting board, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, the thrifting board, there's a link down below. It is my free Facebook group to help thrifters of all sizes, shapes, walks of life, first day, 20 years, doesn't matter. But I knew some surfers, and that's what we call the members of my group, would know these breaks. And somebody kind of laughed. They're like, no, they won't. I'm like, watch this. And so people are like, oh, yeah, that's this.
Wow.
And then, life gets busy, forget to edit it. And then it's sold. And the second it's sold, I went, oh, I never edited that shirt. But cool, it sold. And I picked that up, I think for $9.99, sold for $55.
That's a nice shirt.
Oops. I jumped ahead. Hold, please. I forgot where I was in life. Oh my gosh, where am I? There we are. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. So no music scores from you this week, huh?
No, I'm no. No.
I was looking, I'm like, come on. All right, so I had 2 cassettes to share this week. Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. I paid $2 at a record store, $30 used. 30. Have you started flipping cassettes yet? If not, why not? What are you waiting for? There is crazy money to be made. Yeah. Christine lives in Montreal. It would definitely crack from the cold if you just left your mannequin out all the time. Yeah. But Florida, Nevada, it just sits out back. It's no biggie.
You wouldn't want to do that here. Too moist.
All right, my other cassette was Queen, the Miracle. Queen on cassette does well all the time. I paid 50 cents for this cassette, and it sold for $19. So those are 2 great cassette sales. Nice. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Psych. Meant to do records first. All right, so Steph, I want you to tell me who Danny Kerwin is.
A man who looks like he's about to be kissed by his sister.
Close. Danny Kerwin was an early member of Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay.
But you were there. You were close. You were right there. But what I wanted to show on this Danny Kerwin is the top one sells for around $20 on average. The bottom one sells for around $15 on average. Quick math, carry the one, $35. But if you pair them together, then it's $53. Okay. So when you pair things together, people will often spend more because they don't want to take the time to buy this one and get it from one person and this one to get from another person. As you can see, it's sold in euros. That means it's sold directly on eBay, one of the eBay European sites, and it is off to Europe. So sometimes putting things in groupings does you a lot better for the bottom line.
Pretty cool.
And kiss your sister.
Right.
And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. All right, we're all over the gamut tonight in CDs. All right, I'm guessing you know Ike and Tina Turner.
Yeah.
All right, this was a thrift store, $2. I sold it for $40 on Amazon.
Dang.
Next up, how about the Marx Brothers?
Oh, yeah.
So this is the soundtrack to Night at the Opera. Look, if you've not seen Marx Brothers movies, you've done your life a disservice by not seeing them, especially Night at the Opera, Animal Crackers, A Day at the Races, Duck Soup. Those are all great movies. But look at this. I bought it at a record store, $9.99, sold it for $40.
That's great.
How about Iron Butterfly?
Nope, you lost me. I'm gone.
In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, honey.
Oh, okay.
Now here's what's nuts about this. Now I have never listened to this album. I just never have. I know them, but here's what's nuts. You ready for the last 3 songs on this CD? Okay. So song 6 is In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, the normal version, 17 minutes and 5 seconds long. The next track, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida live version, 18 minutes and 51 seconds long. And the last track, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida single version, 2 minutes and 53 seconds long. So you get almost 40 minutes of the same song. Who listens to that?
All we have to say is please don't do that at karaoke, dear heavens.
Can I have the long version of In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, please?
Right.
This shows you that, again, we're back to, you got to find the right audience. This was on Amazon for like 2 years. It was on eBay for less than a day.
Wow.
Like I listed it, went to sleep, I woke up and sold to a guy in France, I think.
That's fantastic.
So you got to move things around sometimes. You don't know where the eyes are going to be. That dude could have bought it on Amazon for 2 years, and in less than a night, he bought it on eBay.
Nice.
All right. So if you saw my thrift haul with Stacy last week, you saw this CD that I picked up for $5. That's autographed Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida was going to the United States. This is going to France. $150. It was up for about 2 hours.
Wow.
And a gentleman in France offered me $150, and I happily took it. So that's, again, if you remember from that thrift haul, that's one of those things where if you just shop by doing this, you're going to miss these. You actually have to flip through them in the thrift store, in the record store, because I wouldn't have seen this as autographed, and I would have never picked this up because this unautographed is worth about $1.
Yep. Just goes to show you, gotta look.
Yep. Ned would have bought that. All right. Not everything can be. No. Stacy didn't have anything this week, so not everything can be winter. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. I'm going to guess the size is the mistake.
This was a commission that I had done. Not commission. What's the word I'm looking? No, yeah, commission sale. This lady had just basically like packed up her entire wardrobe into 2 giant boxes and shipped the whole thing to me. And then we worked out a deal. This one had some pilling to it. It was the size, and I think also just the brand. I think like right around like in that June time period where like being a good social citizen was probably a good plan. I don't think they reacted the way the vintage community would have liked, and so I think their value tanked. Gotcha. So it did sell for 18, and it's a 40-60 split. She gets 60, I get 40. So I mean, I don't have anything into it, but I started at 35 and then we did 30. And then I was like, oh, like one day I was just like sending out offers, be like, make this thing go away.
I like to point out that my producer just said, oh, did the show start? 19 minutes in. Thanks, Debs. Now, what's wrong with this?
I would like to know that. So if anyone in the chat has any idea, the only thing that I can think of is that I acquired this dress at a questionable estate sale where they clearly had left their stuff out in the rain. And so like there's a pair of jeans that should be worth a lot more that had like water stains up the leg. And this dress was sitting there and I was like, oh, that's a Lily. Great. Those are worth a lot of money. And I'd only seen the pink on the hip. So I pull it out and it was rags along the bottom hem. Like someone just like literally went at it with scissors and it was like this choppy, crappy hem. So I don't know how long the skirt length originally was, but that hem is what I spent the time into. So I've spent the time, the effort, I cleaned it, I sewed it, I've gotten it back to wearable and it still sits there. So if someone wants a dress, please let me know. I would like it gone.
Now, I understand why you said you couldn't leave yours out back because your mannequin's fabric. Mine's just plastic or whatever you call it.
Right.
So, it wouldn't make any difference. Yours, I understand. I'll suddenly be like, oh, this is damp.
Yeah.
Now I get it. All right. I bought a box of band shirts from the blue boxes from Goodwill. Some were very good. You saw my Grateful Dead one last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So good. So because these shirts cost $6 and I took a best offer of 12 on this one, falling in reverse. It's a women's large, but just not an exciting shirt. Like that's it. Just on the front. Wasn't thrilling. Now here's the thing that's still for sale that I am shocked. These are brand new. They were marked sample, and we couldn't find that they ever sold this style.
That's a cool style too.
Yeah. So women's 8 and men's 6, small for men, but not bad for women. But we've had them for ever, like 2 years. They're so cool.
They are cool.
So we had them at $75. They're on sale 50% off for $37. If you like these shoes, send me a $25 offer. They're yours. They're cool as hell. They're brand new.
They're very cool.
Yeah.
Not my size.
Not my size, not Stacy's size. So, it's just like you go with what you can.
Right.
All right. Now it's time for, there it is. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers. Okay, good luck.
I immediately regretted this, by the way. Tokorozawa Shi, because there's a she at the end of it, Saitama, I believe is how it's said. Believe being the operative word there. But yeah, I snagged this ugly sweater Mickey zip out one day while I was at World Disney just tootling around. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's try it. Somebody in Japan really wanted it, so it floundered its happy little way there. And I use GSP still, so I haven't fully transitioned over.
Look, I sent you labels. Have you enjoyed your labels?
I have.
Are you going to go back to cutting paper?
I will be converting, I promise.
All right, we'll get you out of that too. What platform did you sell this on?
This was eBay. Okay. So it was 99 shipped.
So mine was eBay too. And in honor of you, I picked one of my sales to Canada.
Yay!
Toronto, easy to say.
Oh,
but
cool.
If you saw my scores of the week video this week, this was in my shelves and somehow had fallen off. So make sure you do an inventory every once in a while, because the second I got it listed, it sold like 3 days later for $100 and off to Canada. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this week I do have a slight. And now it's time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. Okay, so this is kind of weird, and that's why I wanted to do it this week. So, okay, stop that. Oops, share screen. Okay, so each week on Wednesday, if you haven't watched them yet, I do a quick 10-minute video of scores of the week. Some of the scores from Thrifty Business, but with a little more added knowledge, and then a bunch of scores you only see on there. So it's 10 minutes long, easy to fit into your day. But I shoot it first, do a little bit of editing, then I launch it. So this was at 10:22. Okay, 10:22. I was saying this. All right, this is a new one to me. Lang and Wise. A friend of mine's moving, and they're having me sell some of their collectibles for them. They don't want or need anymore. This is the Colonial Williamsburg village, Christmas village. And so I wanted to point out a couple things. When you have things that light up, make sure to take pictures in a darker. All right, so that's at 10:22. So I'm shooting this video, and then I'm done with the video. The video's over, and now I'm about to start editing. And I feel I got an Apple Watch, so I feel a ching on my wrist. Okay. And I look at 10:24. I sold an oops. I'm not screen sharing. Missing the whole point. If you can't see my screen share. At 10:24, I sold another Lang and Wise. So 2 minutes after I was done talking about it. So I called Kelly, my assistant, and I go, "You'll never believe what just happened." I talked about Lang and Wise, then we sold one. So she leaves to go ship it. 5 minutes later, I'm like, "Come back, we sold another one."
That's amazing.
So you talk about things that you have others of, and they just keep selling. So
yep,
it's a proven fact that if you talk about it, it comes to life. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
All right. So I know you, as a record man, enjoy the cardboard inserts. Now, however, I know that, especially for records, they're much more fragile than even like my vintage patterns. So vintage patterns are pretty still hefty, just because I have one. They're little, they've got some wiggle to them, but they're not going to break in transit unless you do something really wrong. But what I do is when I have oversized boxes or just general boxes that have been used one too many times that have been sent to me, I take my happy little craft scissors and I craft them up, baby. And then I use those inserts to make sure that the patterns get to the seller or get to the buyers nice and safe.
Okay, so we got you on labels. We're going to get you on shipping your own and put those craft scissors away and do yourself a favor and get yourself some electric scissors. When you're cutting cardboard, electric scissors is like taking a warm knife and cutting butter.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time you use electric scissors, the first time you use electric scissors, you're going to be like, where have you been all my life? I will never cut cardboard again with regular scissors. I'm going to get you squared away. All right. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but if you're using pirate ship, and if you're not, why not? You should be. But you can have a lot of different things tied to your pirate ship. Mm-hmm. So the main three in terms of the platforms we use to sell on are eBay, Etsy, and Discogs. They are working for others. But if you've built your own site through Shopify, Squarespace, WooCommerce, Big Cartel, BigCommerce, those are the ones you can build your sites on. You can use this for that too. And so when you click, what do I got to ship? If say you have an Etsy, an eBay, a Discog sale, and a sale from your Shopify store, it pulls it all down at once. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty handy. So if you've not incorporated other things, and I sell a lot on Discog, so we're constantly using this, makes life so much easier. Easy. And then keep your eyes peeled. I'm guessing someday we're going to have Macari and Depop and other things. So they're working on it. And so keep your eyes. Yes, I love pirate ship too. Woohoo! All right, now it's time for, oh my gosh. It's like I've never done this show. I keep going backwards. It's my first time doing the show. And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
All right.
Apparently you got a scissor problem in your household.
Oh, just a little. He's not salty about it at all. All right. So you are at an estate sale, at a garage sale. They've got tables set up. If you are not looking underneath those tables to see if there's additional merchandise, to see if there's like, oh, well, we'll put this box under here until the table clears off some, you're missing out. The number of times I find really amazing things that are just tucked under the table waiting for something to clear off is amazing. And that especially goes for any fabrics and even sometimes clothes. People just shove clothes in boxes. They don't really care. They're just like, get it out. I want it gone. So make sure that you're, looking for that little kitten under the table in the middle of the diagram there. Like, peek underneath it. And if there is something in your way, just kind of poke it back. Trust me, the sellers will let you know if there's nothing under there for you to see.
Oh, yeah. I'm so tall, I just kick my foot. That box feels heavy. Maybe I'll bend over now. All right. So when you're at any store, any secondhand store, this happens to be Buffalo Exchange, and there's a pair of shoes in the glass display case. Look at it. I have never heard of this brand. Do you know this brand?
Nope.
Okay, let's see what Buffalo Exchange has priced this brand at. Oh, how about $500? Now, my tip is not to drop $500, but my tip is to take a picture and go home and then educate yourself, because I've never heard of this brand. I'm like, they have to be insane. Well, these were brand new, unused, but look what they sell for used. Oh, $315. Let's check the last 365 days on eBay. $330, $300, $375. Okay, maybe those are $500 brand new shoes. I had never heard them before, but they're for sure on my radar now. So always look in that glass display case at the item you're not going to buy because it's priced too high, but then educate yourself, because now Montclair, or however they pronounce it, is in my brain.
Yep.
And I looked at other styles. That's not just the only style. I've now looked at other styles. And so if I see it, I'll be like, oh shit, there's that shoe that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So you didn't know. I didn't know.
No.
It's one of them shoes that, apparently your husband knows.
Apparently.
Maybe he should be on the show. Maybe we should have a scissor fight between you two. Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, you be careful what you wish for.
Scissor fights. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
All right. Well, speaking of your own platform, I have had my own website now. Are we over a year? I think we're over a year. And I can honestly say that while Shopify definitely has its little hiccups, I really appreciate the fact that I don't have to worry about paying, for me especially, Etsy. Etsy was my primary source of sell all the patterns here. And then I transitioned to my own website, and it was a little slow to get people there and to figure out Google SEO. And I wouldn't say I've done it 100% yet. But even today, like, I was just going through my day and popped on my little thing, and it was like, oh, cool. I sold 2 very large orders just from my own site, just sitting there of all the patterns that I have. So it's a really nice little extra tip. I actually pay up for the $79 rate, so that way you have unlimited and there's all this other like extra stuff that goes along with it. But I know there are lower tiers as well, which if you're on Etsy and selling on Etsy, you know for a fact those fees are more than $79 a month.
Yeah, I think the lower rate's 29 because I was just looking at it myself. I'm working on which avenue I'm going to take. So yes.
Yeah.
Tracy, you keep hearing echo, and only 2 people have said that. So that's very odd, but I wonder if something's wrong on your end. So Trace, do me a favor and refresh your screen, because if it was uniformly, there'd be 1,000 people going echo, echo, echo.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when everyone hears it. Okay, so I gave my teenager this CD to take pictures of, because there was only 2 on eBay. And here's something I never thought of after 20 years on eBay until this week, because she took the pictures. I sit down to list it, and I'm checking prices and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Now everyone's saying I hear an echo sometimes. That's so weird because we don't hear it. Neither one of us. That's so weird. Yet. All right, but it's better now. But here's what I didn't notice, Steph. I thought there was 2, but if you dig a little deeper.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. This one is selling 10 of them brand new for $16.
Yikes.
So they're really not 2. There's really like 11.
Yeah.
So I have a used one. If he's got 10 at $16, I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm going to put my used one up for $9.99.
Yeah.
I'll trade it in and move on. But right. Don't forget, it could be mass quantity. So keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff. You're comparing apples to apples, but you're not reasoning that one apple is a whole basket, not just one.
Yeah. Very true.
All right. And okay, cool. And that's it. Let's do a little housekeeping. There we go. Hey, Backroom Pines, what are you doing?
Hey, I finally got off my butt and listed a whole crap load of vintage trim, and I'm still taking photos.
I saw your trim. I was watching that video. That was a lot of trim.
Yeah, I'm about a third of the way through that bag, I think, and with 13 items and multiple yards. So in case you're looking, I am trying to branch out my website, so it won't just be vintage patterns, clothing, and fabrics. It's going to be trims. It's going to be zippers. So basically anything you need less the thread, because really I think thread's the only real thing. You can't always thrift and trust it. It's going to be like a one-stop shopping for DIY your own fashion shenanigans here. So come on over, check it out.
So your husband's letting the world know that he's going to go bathe your child.
No, that's excellent. So glad.
Unless he's talking about himself.
Last I checked, he wasn't small. So there's that.
I wasn't talking about him specifically. See, I was hinting there. See, you miss my innuendo.
Miss or intentionally subverted.
So if you've not watched Stephanie before, she's got a great channel. She does a lot about patterns, making dresses. It is quite amazing because I don't have skills. I have skills to sell. I have skills to create shows. I have skills to teach. I have no skills of making anything, let alone an entire dress. So it's very fun to watch you put stuff together. Plus, Stephanie is really good at making videos and editing them with fun sound effects and changing the look of it. And she has outtakes at the back end of her videos. So head over to Stephanie Canada, give her a subscription, and check out her videos. They are quite fun and entertaining.
Why, thank you.
Why, you're welcome. All right, for those of you who are fans of my Den of Sin mug, the new glaze is coming out. 2/3 of them are on the way to me. When I asked the manufacturer Whereas the last third, he said there was a little issue in the kiln. So the last third will be lagging behind. Now, here's what's funny, Steph. This isn't the color of the mugs. I blew the color out, so I didn't want to show the color yet. I didn't want to show the glaze. And everyone thought this was the color. I'm like, oh my God, do you think the table and these mugs are all the same shade? No. But it made me think, maybe I got to think about a color like this because people like this, even though this isn't the actual glaze.
Jump on that rose gold trend. Jump on
Yeah,
it.
no kidding. No kidding. So here's the deal. This one is going to be called What Happens in the Shadows Stays in the Shadows.
Ooh.
You'll understand more when you see the actual glaze of the mug. We made this one a limited edition of only 125, and people are already scratching at the door. So if you want one, it's going to be for sale on my Jason's Tiki Adventures page on Facebook. So if you've not liked that page yet, go like it, because I'm not going to be warning everyone here and there and everywhere else. You just have to have liked the page and it'll drop. And I will tell you, it'll drop in the next week or so, the first 2/3. I will get those up and gone. And then when we get the last third, then I will do another drop. But they'll go quick, and they are quite good in the resale market. That's all I'm going to say.
Nice. And I'm saying that image looks real familiar there, sir.
Yes, you like that. All right. And then lastly, I don't know if Mom and I are going to have a show this week. So I'm going to do something on Sunday at our normal 7 o'clock. Might be with Mom. I have another idea if Mom's not feeling well enough to do a show. So just stay tuned. I'm working it out. Now, for those of you in the Secret Beach, you're getting to hear about this month's guest expert and my class this month. So our guest expert is Typhoon Janet, who's in the chat. Hi, Janet. She, on Monday at 8 o'clock East Coast, is teaching selling on Mercari, the finer points, the skills. It's funny. She sent me her notes, Steph, and I think I'm good at selling Mercari. I go, shoot, I learned like 3 things in just your scratchy notes. She goes, what'd you learn? I go, I didn't know this didn't happen. I didn't know this happened. And I'm pretty good at it. But on the other end of that, Mercari is great for sourcing to resell. So 1 week later in the Secret Beach, I'm teaching buying on Mercari to flip elsewhere.
Nice.
So we're going to talk about the selling and we're talking about the buying, because everything I buy on Mercari, I sell for a lot of profit. Because
so I shouldn't tell you that I haven't actually opened a Mercari store yet.
What? All right. All right, cutting and taping. All right, but now let's get all that done because it is time. Where is it? There we go. And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Hello, Snow Princess. How are ya?
Oh, I'm enchanting.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So what's happening, Lisa? How you been?
I'm good. Just trying to get through this the school year with the craziness, and deciding whether we're gonna go all virtual hybrid. It's crazy.
So if you haven't figured out by now, Elisa is a teacher. And so can you explain what you teach?
I'm actually an elementary school librarian. So I teach kindergarten through 5th grade how to read and do STEM stuff. So science, technology, engineering, and math. I do a lot of engineering stuff with the kids, which they love. I get to play with Legos all day and read books. Yes. It's awesome. I mean, the kids are obnoxious sometimes, but kids are always like that.
So let me ask you, when I remember it was like, is it like 4th grade when they take you down to the library and they teach you how to write a letter properly? They still do that? Have you
kidding me?
I guess not.
No. We teach. I teach. I mean, these kids have more knowledge about technology than I do. I'm a digital immigrant, and these kids are digital natives. They were born into this stuff. I mean, you have 5-year-olds who know, coding languages. It's amazing.
So they're skipping that altogether now, how to send an actual letter, because here's what boggles my mind. So I'll be selling my new mug coming up in about a week or two. I would estimate 1/3 of all addresses I get are formatted improperly. Now, in the past, I have not done it properly through like buy it on this website. Like, all right, PayPal me, send me your address.
Mm-hmm.
And people put commas after the address number. They put periods after the city. I'm like, did you not get taught when you were a kid how to write a proper address? I have to clean up a minimum of a third of addresses every time people buy things from me. It's mind-boggling. It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's amazing how kids. I had the kids writing spooky stories, which they love, like the horror genre, and I've read whole stories without any punctuation whatsoever. Like, no periods. I'm like, that's a run-on sentence. Stop.
That sounds like my 5-year-old. I'm like, no, now you put a period. Why?
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of your thought.
Yeah.
She's 5.
Who, Murray? Well, apparently you're opening a Macari store tonight, Steph.
Oh, okay.
Debbie said Secret Beach rocks, but I had a question for Elisa. Where'd it go? Everyone's praying my mom feels better soon, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Are you teaching in person or virtual right now?
Both. I am teaching. I'm streaming my lessons. I'm teaching in person. I'm streaming my lessons, and I'm doing asynchronous lessons on Google Classroom and another platform for the little ones. Thank you. Nick?
So let me see if I got this right. You're teaching virtual, you're teaching in person, and somehow in your spare time, you've amassed 100,000 followers on Poshmark. I'm the I don't even understand, because I've tried my hand lackadaisically and I got like 7. I don't know what I got, but it's not anywhere near that. And look, I know Nadine works her ass off at it, and she's got 64,000, which is nothing to sneeze at. No. But that's still a lot less than 100,000. So it's crazy that you can put all that together and not lose your mind.
Well, this is why I am single and ready to mingle.
Oh, we've come with props.
I cut up a box with non-electric scissors, Steph.
Oh, yay! Someone after my own heart.
So yeah, I just I don't have a husband, I don't have kids of my own, so I have a dog who unfortunately I gave chili to at dinner time, and she's repaying me now next to me. No. So I mean, I have the time, and I enjoy being busy. I'm not a couch potato. I just like being busy all the time.
Nice.
Now, you started on Posh in January of 17, so we're just a smidge under 4 years. And now you've been on eBay for a while, right?
Since December 2nd, 1998.
So just a little while.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Stephanie was a kid in 1998, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
Oh, God. I've been married
for
4 years, and no. So what made you say, all right, almost 4 years ago, let's try this Poshmark thing? What did you see, or what happened, or did you have a friend? What made you try Poshmark?
Sorry, cut out for a little bit there. Well, I had gastric bypass surgery for weight loss, and I'm like, oh boy, I love thrifting anyway. I grew up thrifting, and I'm getting an echo, and I went to buy all these smaller clothes, which was great. So and then I said, oh, okay, let me start watching. I started watching a YouTube channel called Thrifty Flamingo, and they had daily shows that they sold primarily in Poshmark, and I learned everything about Poshmark I could learn. And I just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the simplicity of the shipping and the and just the ease of it, except for the sharing, of course.
Oh, yeah. I got all types of questions for you. I've been on Posh for 2 years, about maybe 3. I don't even think I've hit 1,000 followers. Now, I still sell every once in a while, but I'm like, Jason asked me to co-host, and I said, I am on board. I have so much to learn.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do, because everyone's hearing a little echo. I did turn Elisa down a little bit. What I'm gonna do is, for a moment, I'm gonna. This is a great guest, a guest who came with her own slide presentation. This is amazing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute Steph and I'm just gonna let you go. Okay?
Uh-oh.
No.
You got this.
We're not leaving the screen. I'm just gonna mute us for a little bit so you can talk. just so maybe the echo will cancel itself. We're not disappearing. We're going to be sitting right here enjoying what you're teaching us. But I'm going to try and make that echo go away. Stephanie's got her pencil.
I'm ready.
She's ready. All right. So, and then if you need me to pop in, say something, just say, hey, Jay. All right. So as it is now, though, Elisa, the floor is yours.
Okay. So how to be a posh like a boss. Next slide. Okay. So sorry if I'm using my teacher voice because that is how I teach. And I am a fan of Google Slides right now. So you cannot simply posh, you must Poshmark. And I played this slide. I stole a picture of Jason, of course, because I know you love the spice. I don't know which spice that is. I think scary spice maybe. But
wait, what? You're making a slide with Posh Spice about Poshmark, and you're calling her scary? That's it. Get out.
Later. At least I didn't. I was going to move you up to her nose with the finger, but I decided not to. I'm classy. Next slide. All right. So my Posh stats right now, I actually have 101,000 followers as of today. 101 something thousand. And I know Jason was talking about how it's organic, and it's true. I've not used bots, any helpers, anything, to artificially enhance, which sounds funny, artificially enhance my my numbers. Been there since 2017. I currently have about 630,000. My Poshmark name is Urban History. I wrote it down. I cut up another box. Urban History. Okay, so basically I'm a librarian and STEM teacher. We kind of went over this already. I'm originally from Philly. I just moved to northern Delaware in July, right over the border of Pennsylvania. I look out, I see the Delaware River and New Jersey across the street pretty much, and then Pennsylvania 5 minutes from here. So I have two major cities for shopping, which is great. I need one of those hooks. All right, so signing up, it's kind of late, but signing up for a Poshmark account is pretty easy. It's basically the name, your information, coming up with a name for your store, having a bank account to put a PayPal account to put your money in. And there is a as a self-promotion, there is a thing that says, does anyone recommend you or something like that? I can see Jersey and I can see Washington rowing up the Delaware. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's that Delaware River. And if you want to sign up, please use my invite code Urban History. I would appreciate it very much. I do get a $10 credit to be, perfectly clear, but I was watching Nay's show the other week, and I am obsessed with cottagecore right now. And I have spent much of my money on buying very fancy dresses that I probably will never wear.
Now, if you don't know what cottagecore is, Nadine did a show on her YouTube channel, Naylo's Thrift Talk, last week, I think. Mm-hmm. It's quite eye-opening. So if cottagecore means nothing to you, go watch that because you need to be educated. Steph,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
if the words cottage and core together are making you go, what? Go watch Nay and Lola. They'll educate you.
Yeah.
And I know what, okay, so I just dropped all my props. Okay, so Posh now, when I started out, it was just clothes, just primarily women's clothes and some men's clothes. Then they wanted to be eBay and they wanted to be like Mercari, and they added all new categories. So pretty much you could sell pretty much anything you want on Poshmark right now. Perfume. Home decor, wholesale. I mean, you could buy things like you could get a wholesale license from Poshmark or through them, and sell wholesale stuff. It's not the best quality, I mean, and you could always tell because those are the ones that have the those are the listings that have the manufacturer's photos, and it's Tree Blue made stuff. So hair stuff, jewelry, a lot of jewelry. So it kind of, and pretty much anything, even toys, electronics. Not so much, but mostly clothing.
I have bought tiki mugs on there. So talking about teaching about buying on Macari to flip, I have bought tiki mugs on Posh and flipped them on eBay and made a ton of money. So yes, there is tons of stuff to be found on Posh too.
Because no one's expecting there to be tiki mugs on Posh. So no one's looking for them. Okay. Yes, the big one for Posh is that you have to share your closet. Unlike some other sites, you can't just set it and forget it, like those rotisserie chicken things from the 90s or 80s or whatever those things. Just spin around. So the sharing your items pushes them to the top of the search results. Kind of like on eBay when you sell, you make little tweaks and it kind of pushes you up in the algorithm. Same thing happens. So the more you share, the more sales you're going to get. You don't share, the more you share, the more followers you're going to get. And it's like, it's almost like a game. It's a gamification. It's an education term. It's gamification of selling. They're making basically Posh into a social media video game. So the more you share, the more followers you have, the more sales you could get. I started out with the new sellers. People really want to follow you so they could get more followers. It's kind of like the game of it's like cat and mouse game. They're chasing each other around and around and around. So the more followers you get, the more sales you get. The more you share, the more sales you get. It's kind of interesting, but it's fun. It's like a game, and the more you're into it, the more sales you get. And it's true, you can share a lot and not get any sales. So I decided to get because I'm so close to Jersey, I got the Jersey Shore gang. I don't know what their names are, but Chucky, Monkey, I don't know, something like that.
You weren't sure which spice it was, and now you're not sure the Jersey Shore. Come on,
big hair lady, short big hair lady.
That's one of them. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know any of them either, but I just
What? Oh, you two get out. You don't know Jersey Shore? The new season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation starts this week.
That's terrifying.
Yes,
I know that, or that it's still going on?
Both of these things.
Okay, just check.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there are, to help you with specific categories, there are Posh Parties, like 3-4 times a day. And it's all East Coast time. So it's all East Coast time, like every party has a theme. So like if it goes along with the trends. So Poshmark sees what's trending and they'll make a show about it. So everyone shares, like if you're really interested in sports apparel, or designer does or pregnancy stuff or kids clothes, there's a party for that. So if you want to, so basically you could only share to those parties with those specific items. So again, it's like a big game, it's 12 to 2 Eastern time, 3 to 5, 7 to 9, and 10 to 12 a.m. p.m. a.m. One of those. And so you need you can get more eyes on your items that way. And not everyone attends parties, but it's a good way to get your stuff out there.
So because you're an ambassador, do you get to host parties?
You have to be chosen. You have to be one of the chosen few to be to have to apply to host. And and it depends on I'm a Posh ambassador, which basically means I've sold enough stuff and I've gotten enough love letters to be an ambassador. It's not a big deal. It's not you don't get any benefits from it, but you do get to host shows. I've never host picks. You basically thank you, Swan Picker. Basically a host goes around Poshmark. I'm gonna say PayPal, Poshmark, and it says, "Oh, I like their stuff. I'm gonna feature that person's items in this party."
So,
Very cool.
Lori said, "Do you think Poshmark has lost some appeal over the last few months or so? I've heard way more about Mercari than Posh." Now, it could be the circles you're traveling in, Lori, because I'm in a Posh thrifting group, and of course, it's just 24/7 Posh, 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 Posh. Whereas, right this moment, I'm more in tune with Mercari than I am Poshmark. But that's why having Elisa on, I'm hoping to get my ass in gear. Nay's tried. I've faltered. But I have an employee. I have a couple. I should get one of them to do all this work. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, this was always very confusing to me because I'll always get in my feed, I'll go check it a couple times a day just to see if something's sold because I don't get email push because I just get too many emails. So I just go check Posh a couple times, make sure I haven't missed, shipping something out. But yeah, it seems like the only notifications I ever get were for these ridiculous Posh parties. And I'm like, I don't know what you want from me. So thank you. You broke it down so that my monkey brain now understands what the crap I'm supposed to do with these things.
I just had an image of a hamster on a wheel just going around
yeah.
my head.
Except that hamster was being tossed by the wheel because it couldn't stop moving. It just kept going, and the hamster's going, help me.
And Lori, not that it's a bad thing. It just, you might be hanging with me and some others, and we're just chatting about Mercari more so than anything else. So it always depends on kind of where your circles are. But Elisa, has your sales been up or down in the last, let's say, 10 months on Posh?
Well, the problem is the way I see it, people are not buying business attire to go to work. So that's why, oh my gosh, I just forgot the name of it. When people buy sportswear to wear in general,
Nate's a show on that too.
Athleisure.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Sporty Spice. Where's that?
Oh yeah. Speaking of, Beyonce just came out with her own line of athleisure wear today. So.
Oh mercy.
Yes.
As long as the Kardashians don't, I could never. I have a big butt, but I can never fit into that. No, that doesn't work. So the sales for people that go to weddings, they'll get a nice dress.
Mm-hmm.
People that go to work will get suits or dresses or business attire. They're not doing that. So sales have been down in that department. But I've seen a big uptick in menswear, men's informal wear, just laying around the house kind of thing, and cowboy boots. Definitely they're, I don't know.
That's weird that cowboy boots had an uptick, but all right.
The only thing I've noticed on my Posh is that the vintage ones, they get more eyeballs, but they don't sell. The stuff that I've sold recently on Posh was pretty much, menswear, men's casual, that Mickey shirt.
Yeah, I haven't sold anything on Posh, nor had I shared anything, nor I added to my closet in a long time. But I saw that I had those two purses sell, and I'm like, oh my God, every other person ran to eBay. No one ran to Posh. No one. I was the only one, and then sold right away. And I sold one on Mercari too. And I'm like, that's why you should have, even if you don't sell regularly at all these websites, you should have your IDs logged in on all these. You should have about 10 websites, because when you find that item, like I found those purses, that I'm the only one who's smart enough to move to the other ones, boom, you get the sale quicker than everybody else, because some people only shop on Posh, and some people look, that CD was on Amazon for 2 years. It was on eBay for 1 day and it sold. Just got
you have to have faith.
Oh, more props. Hold on. Let me make you big. Is that sealed faith? Nice.
Yeah. No, it's open, but it still has the cellophane thing on it.
Nice.
And this was I had to share this. This was the tape of my youth. Oh my God, I love this so much. Okay, so Posh Parties. We kind of went over that. Okay, so, but what about the 20% fee? So, yes, Poshmark does have a 20% fee on on their sales. However, there's a comparison here. You have you can't, I don't know if you could see it. I gotta put on my old lady glasses. Hold on. You have I can't see what it says, but I'm selling the same exact leather Harley Davidson jacket for a lot more money on Posh to make
so
up
165 on Posh and 139 on eBay.
Thank you. So thank you. So you can uptick your prices on Posh to counteract the 20%. And because Posh is Posh, people are expecting a higher quality and expecting to pay more. So you can charge more for the same items. Like if I'm selling something for $20, $20 on eBay, I'm gonna put it for $30 on Poshmark. So it's a game just to you're getting value for money on Poshmark, or perceived value for money, I should say. And plus there's a I'll go into shipping in a bit, but yeah, so it's what people perceive as value, and people value things differently. So I'm gonna be Posh and get buy this $160 something jacket, and low class eBay, I'm just gonna give it less money. All right. So ship, hooray! And I love my Bitmojis. I'm just gonna entertain myself. So, thank you, Steph. So they just raised the prices, but anything under £5 ships for $7.11. You can. The best part about Poshmark is you can use any box. You could use the only box you cannot use is the Priority Express boxes. But if I wanted to send like a pair of big old boots or snow boots or whatever I want to sell, it's $7.11 as long as it's under £5. It could be in a USPS Priority Large box, which usually would cost like $18 or so, and it's still going to cost you $7.11. And all the time, the buyer pays it, unless you offer a discount, which I hate to do. But so you can offer free shipping or a $4.99 fee, which you'll eat the cost of the extra around $3. So my favorite thing is I could I have a box lying around. I just use any box. It's great. I said box a lot.
Now, on the shipping, that's where those of us who are very attuned to like eBay, this is the thing that throws a monkey wrench into it. Because you can, and this is when this came about, I'm like, hey, eBay, you're the number 2 USPS customer. Why don't we have these kind of deals? And they never have a response. Yeah. When I was at eBay Open, the last one before COVID hit, and I said, hey, why would we ever ship international through you when pirate ship is so much cheaper? And the guy's response was, well, they're not going to have that deal forever. And then my response was, well, until they don't, why would I throw away $7 a package? Because it's the same shipping. So why would I pay more? It's like going to a store and going, oh, this mug costs $20. Here's $30. Why? You wouldn't. So this is where you can ship £5 for $7.
And I think it's like you could send. The only thing is you can send up to £10 for. I cannot remember the exact number, but it's like from £5 to £10. It's a little like maybe $3 more, and then from from £8 to £10 is a little bit more than that. But it's not more than, let's say, $12 for like 10 pounds of stuff. And it's, I mean, the only problem with that is when you are like a jewelry seller or to sell a scarf. Like something that could go for $4 shipping.
Yeah.
$4 shipping. People don't want to. Some people might not want to pay the $7.11 because you can literally ship it for cheaper. But again, the seller isn't the one paying. So if the buyer knows how much it's going to cost, it's not going to be a surprise or anything. So that's the only caveat to that.
Yeah, and this is one of those cases where like you definitely, the very first thing I ever sold on Poshmark were a pair of shoes that were mine, and it's like long before I thought took reselling seriously. And then I was like, oh, okay, great, they sold. So I pop them in a box. I remembered seeing that, you know, anything under 5 pounds ships. Like, great, awesome. I weigh these shoes. I had to actually I was like, the fee to ship them to the person, this is like long before I knew what I was doing. The fee to ship them to the person was more than they had paid for the entire shoes. And I was like, oh, no, I'm just going to cancel that. Sorry, I didn't realize. And like, I feel bad now knowing all of the information I have in my brain now. But back then I was like, I had no idea. I just wanted them out of my house. And then I was like, oh, just kidding. This is disastrous.
All right, Paul's got a good question. Does Posh sell international?
No. They are working on Canada now, not Stephanie, the real one.
Oh, wait. I think I still have my rim shot here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, hold on. There we go.
Thank you.
That still needed a rim shot.
So they're working on Canada. They keep on saying that they're gonna expand to the whole world. Still waiting 3.5 years later. I'm still, they keep on saying they're going to do it, and we'll see. It's like a wait and see game.
Yeah. I like that wait and see. Like, watch the USPS rates just climb, and eventually they're just going to call it and just not do it. Because like 3 years ago, what were the shipping prices back then? Like way better than they are now, and it's never going to get cheaper to ship things. But yeah, like I definitely remembered, I've had some folks, that definitely had, like, even my friends in Canada, like, why can't we get Posh? I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. And, I don't know the answer to that.
So, and this question can be for all three of us. Do you list separate things for each selling platform or cross list them? So I'll start with you, Elisa.
The more expensive the item, the more I cross list them. I mean, I sell on Posh and eBay and Mercari and Facebook Marketplace, and I think that's it for now. So yeah, I mean, the more expensive the item, the more eyes I want to see on. I want, people to see. So, more exposure, more chance of a sale. So yeah, I cross list. Not everything though.
And what about you, Steph?
Yeah. I am a bit. I do cross list, but I'm choosy about what I cross list, especially to Posh. To Posh, I'm very particular about what I'm cross posting, because like a lot of the stuff that I toss into Depop is not going anywhere near Posh. But Depop and eBay, those I cross list. eBay and Poshmark I cross list, and occasionally like eBay, Posh, and Etsy if I have like a really nice vintage piece. But yeah, I am definitely particular about where I cross post.
Yeah, and I do the same. I was just filing because, especially with my CDs, I have okay, this one's on just eBay, and this one's on eBay and Discogs, and this one's on eBay and Amazon, and this one's on eBay, Amazon, and Discogs, and this one's on Discogs and Amazon. So they all have to have that location. Yeah. So when we go pull it, okay, it's sold on eBay. I got to get it off Discogs and Amazon. Yeah. So it's the new game. It like Elisa said, it's a game nowadays. Like, okay, where's the eyes going to be? I don't want to wait anymore 2 years on Amazon. I'm going to put it on 3 or 4 places when I have these $100 CDs. And when someone bites, then they go buy off their other one. So
yeah.
But I am working with a guy who has a cross listing platform. It's a little not working right now, but he's improving it. And so once it's ready to go, you'll see it and hear about it from the tops of the trees. So we're watching what the other ones are doing wrong, and we're not going to repeat that. So
nice. That is very needed in this community.
Yeah.
Because my brain. Right.
So the most important slide, your store.
Yes.
Go to your store. Follow
Urban History. Follow Urban History. And just, it would be really helpful. You don't have to pay anything to join. To join Poshmark. It does help me a little bit, to be clear, but thank you for that. And, One more thing that I forgot to mention. With Poshmark, to get those better sales, you got to have some fancy bags.
All right.
Mostly. Some fancy schmancy tissue paper. The more expensive the item is, and gender neutral bags. Because you're not going to send a man a room with little hearts and everything and little rainbow. Well, depends. And
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. So, don't use any eBay materials because you need to, people will complain. Because like if you send in something in an eBay envelope or an eBay box, they're like, I'm not buying from eBay. It's kind of like drop shipping, sort of, that people's minds. So never use eBay materials to send to people in Posh.
Yeah, the one thing that's why I like my bags. They're like, look, I care about the planet.
Ooh.
All across all platforms. Oh God, as I destroy my office.
So I shouldn't send my Posh sales in eBay merch boxes and stuff. Okay, good to know.
Oh, and you get some business cards. Thank you for shopping from my Posh closet. There's my Posh store, and you are an awesome buyer.
All right.
So throw them in the envelopes. And use I used bagel bags from Walmart to put all the clothes in.
Are there bagels in the bags too?
You want to see?
Like an added treat?
No, so they're basically bagel bags you get from Walmart, and they're like little plastic bags, and they're cheap, and you get like 100 of them. Oh. So it's nicer to put them in a bag. If you're not going to wrap it in tissue paper, whatever. But I always make sure the presentation's extra special. Yeah, they're called bagel bags. They're called bread bags from Walmart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about Linda said she accidentally put an eBay thank you card. If you cut the eBay thank you card about a third in, it takes the eBay out, and you have a nice square thank you card.
Oh my God.
I use them all the time. I just get rid of the eBay part.
So you're yelling at me for arts and crafts, but it's okay when you do it?
Oh, shipping labels, totally different ballgame. I want you to join the rest of us. I want you to get off your Fred Flintstone car. I want you to join the rest of us in gas-powered vehicles.
Electric. She's compostable.
Yeah, that's true.
I am.
I'll take electric too. No more foot power. All right, so let's look at some of your scores. And it was funny because when you first sent me your scores, you didn't send any on Poshmark, and I said, "Hey, we're talking about Poshmark. You got any good scores on Poshmark?" We got to show both. All right.
Okay.
Let's start with your eBay though. This doesn't seem like a $90 item to me.
Yeah, it's Grumpy Bear. He's made of a tree or something. I don't know, but he was awesome, and he's this grumpy, and some guy in like Minnesota needed him, and it's hand carved, like chainsaw art sort of thing, and $90 full price.
Cool.
All right, Steph. Apparently your Macari store is ready to go.
Oh boy.
And Elisa, Becky wants to know where you find the bagel bags in Walmart. What department?
Give me 1 second. I'm still here.
She's going to Walmart. All right, so this will be a 3-hour show.
Score.
Okay. Sorry. I left the live show. They're called twist tie bags. Make me big. Thank you. Twist tie bags. They have bagels on them. There's 100 bags, and they're in the Ziploc section. I mean, basically, it's like this. Slap, fold a shirt nice, slap it in there, put a piece of tape on there, and you're good to go. And they're like $4 for 100 bags. Awesome. They're good value. They're the store brand.
There you go. Easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, light bulbs. Ding.
Nice.
So I was at this really crazy Goodwill. I was at Goodwill, and I saw a whole box of these, 2 different kinds, and I looked them up, and I'm like, no one else is buying these, so I have them for. I just sold recently 2 of them for like 2 sets of 12, so 24 light bulbs for $170 plus shipping. For a little tiny light bulb that I have no idea what they're supposed to do. Scan.
Well, I would assume they're supposed to illuminate.
Good. That's interesting. So you never know what's gonna sell. It's it's like people always look at me funny when I'm just buying mass quantities of weird stuff, but it is all good. That is why I'm not weird. I'm gifted.
Did you steal it off my trunk in high school?
I mean,
that was definitely on my trunk.
She came with props and a slideshow. I mean, this is just amazing.
Thank you.
Pretty soon a guest is going to bring a co-host, and I'm out to be here. I'll leave. I'm like, okay, I brought my own host.
Done.
Okay, so these I got these Patience Brewster these little 3-inch resin anamorphic, whatever that word is, figures, Christmas tree decorations, for $5 each. I bought at this little tiny store in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. It's a beach town.
I love Rehoboth.
Yay! I love Rehoboth too. And it's a great. I mean, you don't think Delaware, you don't think beaches, but there's great beach towns in Delaware. Southern Delaware. They call it lower, slower Delaware because people just, are slow, I guess. So I got these for $5 each. Yesterday I sold 8 of them for an average of $20 to $25 each, some of them more.
Holy cow.
And then, I mean, just these little tiny resin doohickey things that are cute. I got, let's just selling the heck out of them.
So we're going to pop back into a Posh question for a second here. How do returns work on Posh?
Well, Posh is I think Posh is great with returns most of the time. Basically, the buyer has 3 days to assess the item that you send them.
So like Macari.
And then if they don't have a good reason to return it within those 3 days, then the money goes to you. The money is not released to you until after those 3 days. Posh. Oh, thank you, Linda. So Posh is not a very customer service friendly site. There's no customer service.
That's one way to say it.
Yeah, so something like eBay right now, they'll take a couple. You can't call somebody. You'll send them a message, an email through the site, and they'll get back to you in a couple of days. I just had one where I sold 2 pieces of a tracksuit, a vintage 90s Adidas pink tracksuit. The jacket was an extra large. The pants were a size medium. I disclosed everything like that in the listing. And as soon as the person got it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a return. So as soon as the person got it a couple of days ago, they said they opened there's a problem with they opened a return. And Posh thankfully said, no, it was in the description. There was photos, the tags, here's your money. So, I mean, it's either, yes, which was good. I mean, sometimes just like most sites, they favor the buyer, but it's easy. The returns are very easy. The returns are very, very few, which is great.
Yeah, I would say I don't think I've ever had a return from Posh.
Yeah, I've talked to Nay where she's had people pissing and moaning about her measurement being a quarter of an inch off. And I'm like, who notices a quarter of an inch? Come on.
That's why
I take. So let's finish out with your Posh scores. Love the sweater. Takes me back to the 90s.
I call one of my Bill Cosby sweaters. Full price, It's a cool, use the term Henley, they, little button things.
Yep. And where'd you find that
at? Salvation Army, I think.
Nice.
Or Goodwill.
Nice.
Yeah.
Patagonia jacket. I mean, easy things to sell.
Mm-hmm. Just sold this week. Again, I got it at an independent, a supersized independent store. The size of like an IKEA. So picked that up. It took a while to sell, but now the weather's getting colder in Delaware. Someone bought it.
Now we saw the silly show in this show. You use your balcony with a great greenery in the background. What's going to happen in 3 weeks? Is your background going to be just stark naked trees?
Well, I don't live there anymore.
Oh, that's the old place. Okay.
What? Sorry,
that's the old place.
Oh yeah, that's the old place. Yeah, I don't have that beautiful Fairmount Park view. So basically, I'm in front of either a white painted wall, or I'm in front of a garage for larger items. A white garage.
Gotcha.
Or a brick wall.
Oh, by the way, you two, when we're done, I have the greatest story about Rehoboth Beach, but that's an after hours conversation. So when we end, don't go away, you two. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome.
Isn't it cute? It's a little key. It's a change purse. You good stuff. You stuff it with like little coins or chapstick or something. I actually had bought this off of Poshmark, and I used it and I sold it. Yeah, I'm in Philly. I'm right outside. I grew up in Philly until like a couple months ago, and I just moved to Northern Delaware. So I'm 20 minutes from Philly. I can take the train.
So where did you find this? This is great.
I got it from Poshmark. I bought it because I saw it at the Tory Burch store, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not paying full price for that. So this was a couple years ago. So I went to Poshmark, got it, and I think maybe $20-$30 a couple years ago, and then sold it. And it's just adorable. I loved it, but it was time to let it go.
The only thing I stuff lobster with is butter.
How about breadcrumbs? And Tory Burch always does really good on Poshmark.
I got to be quicker on these. I got to be quicker.
Gotta know.
I wasn't expecting the joke right there. So when you said it, I'm like, oh wait, that needs a rim shot. Wait a minute.
Funny.
I was so walled into. It's so cute. I wasn't really waiting for a joke.
And then I came around.
And then Stephanie showed up for joke. Now I have never ever thought to put my cowboy boots on Poshmark.
That's cool.
Yep. And cowboy boots are not prevalent in the Mid-Atlantic. You're not a lot of cowboys up here, or people that wear cowboy boots. So finding them is rare, and and finding them in good condition, especially the good brands, is hard. Oh, so this was a good sale. I love selling cowboy boots, even though my head thing is falling off. So I just like the romance of cowboy boots for some reason. I don't know why. I've never been to Texas.
I was just saying, are you a cowgirl?
Yeehaw. No, that is a big no. Let's pull my hair out and do this.
You also can't underestimate, because remember, I lived in New York City, and I bought my red Stetson cowboy boots from Bloomingdale's. So don't underestimate them. They are there.
I was a princess. Now I'm the dragon.
That's why I was moving us around here so we could see your dragon hat. So for somebody who hasn't done Posh yet, how many items would you recommend they start with, and how much time? Or let me ask you this: let me start with this. Let me back up for a second. How much time do you spend every day sharing? I've
been bad because I've been doing it for so long. I don't share every day.
Oh wow! Okay.
I will. Because some people, like, they'll set the alarm for 6 a.m. and to wake up their store. they wake up their store and they share multiple times a day. And I have 600, 700 items in my store, it's going to take me hours to do it manually. I mean, that's why people get bots to share for them. But I'm, au natural. I don't think, that, people should cheat the system and do that. But I mean, if you want to, it's, more power to you. But, I know that people who liked my stuff are more apt to buy my stuff.
Yeah.
So, instead of a computer just, looking, saying, oh, like that. So 100,000 plus 101,000 people like my stuff, which is cool.
Wow.
And it gives you a good feeling. You get all the feel.
Cool.
Thank you.
Now, okay, on the other end of that, as Paul asked, how much time do you spend going back and following other people?
0. At the beginning, I did, because the more the more you follow, the more people follow you. But I've gotten such a momentum going that I don't need to follow anybody. I just they follow me. New people follow me. Sometimes I'll follow new people because new people need the boost. But I don't follow people that follow me because it's just like someone just said, the wheels on the bus go round and around. It's going to take me hours to like everyone that likes me. It's like a dating service. Bad dating service.
Swipe.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes, maybe once a week I'll share something, but I don't have the time.
All right, so everyone who isn't on Posh, let's get you on Posh. Now, what I would do tonight is go look around because, as Lisa said, it's not just clothes anymore. It's women's clothes and men's clothes. And like I said, I've bought Tiki mugs on there. I got a screaming deal and I turned around and sold them for a lot of money. So not only can you sell on there, you can source on there too. So get on there tonight, look around, poke around, look for things that you like that aren't clothing and see if anything's on there like that. And that's how you start to understand a platform better, is when you're looking for things you like, you start to see, okay, like I've said it a few times already, I realized no one had listed that person on Poshmark. So I thought, boom, I didn't follow nobody. I didn't share nothing. I just listed it and it's sold like that. Okay. So you just got to know the ins and outs of the platforms and when to use them. But look at that. Elisa does not have any help, and she's got 101,000 followers. So let's give her a big old set of fireworks if I can find them. There they are. Ta-da!
Yeah, I'm right outside of Wilmington, so it reminds me of something, but I'm not getting into politics.
One thing about Posh, Jason.
Yeah.
One thing to note about Posh, y'all, if you're going to go in and start your own store, you will have to wait until the buyer gives you the 5 stars or until the 3 days when you got the automatic 5 stars to get your money. But then it doesn't auto deposit for you. You have to go and scroll down and you have to push it to yourself. Or if you want, you can leave it on the platform and use that money to source anew and use your Posh Cash instead of coming from your actual bank account. So just a little fun Poshmark snippet that isn't quite like I think it's a little bit like Mercari, I've heard. But yeah,
and you saying that, I'm like, oh, I've got a big bankroll in Posh and Mercari right now. I should probably do something with that. I just remembered, because if you don't need it right that moment and you don't think about it, you just sits there, which is fine for you. It's only making them interest. So, put it back in your account.
Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there.
Good idea.
All right. So, Elisa, thank you. You're an amazing guest. And I promise I will have a gold man mug next time you're on. But I had to drink this drink tonight. It was so good.
I've got a gold man.
So, like I said, if you have a bar you go to and they are selling drinks to go support your local bar. They're going to need it. We're going to be in lockdown again. And so if you want that bar if you want your corner bar to be there when this is all over, and they are selling to go cocktails or gift cards or merchandise, go support them. Especially if you can pick up a cocktail. I like making cocktails at home, but what I like even more is when someone makes it for me. That's even better.
Right?
Oh, here you go. So, Lisa, thank you very much. Stephanie, thank you for co-hosting again. Good to see you. It's always fun to hang out with my silly show cohorts, and we'll definitely do that again. So, Elisa is always around hanging out with us. So if you've got any questions about Posh, pop them in the thrifting board. I know Nay's 64,000, so she knows what she's doing. She can help. So we are happy to help anybody with any platform in the thrifting board. That's the whole point. So there will be something on Sunday at 7:00. I'm not exactly sure what yet. We're working on it. And next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we're not going to do a show on Thanksgiving, but I'm working on a show for the Wednesday, so Wednesday night. So I don't know if I'm going to pull it off. I'm waiting to hear back from a guest. If this guest doesn't do it, I'll probably just take next week off. But if this guest does do it, they're always busy on Thursdays. So I thought next week would be good to have this guest on. So stay tuned. All the normal channels, you'll see everything coming up. And with that, I say thank you all. Oh wait. You got to give Lisa a big old thumbs up. Hang on.
Please.
Oh, wait for it.
Let me move you back down here. So let me make you actually big. There we go. Give her a big old thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed to my channel before, click right there. Click the bell. It'll let you know when we're going live. If you give Elisa a thumbs up, she'll dance for you.
Yeah.
Woohoo. And then stay tuned because there'll be tons more awesome guests, awesome teachings. We want everyone to be the best sellers they can be and make the most money, especially if you don't want to work for the man and you just want to work for yourself. And with that, I will say good night, everybody. Thank you very much. You two don't leave. I got a story for you.